And today is all about transcending your life, transcending your past self way of thinking, transcending your past self way of being, transcending your past self way of feeling to heal your body, heal your mind, and heal your life. So I love teaching this masterclass. I love teaching this particular work because this is the exact process that I used to release. It sounds mind-blowing and crazy, and still to this day I'm in awe. I dropped over 40 pounds with this work in a few weeks. I healed my scoliosis that I was in physical therapy for twice a week because I couldn't sleep at night because it was that painful. I healed my asthma. I had this childhood asthma my entire life. That is gone. I was on the verge of a heart attack in my 30s. My cholesterol was that high that I was on the verge of a heart attack. I also had 3 different addictions. I was addicted to food, I was addicted to sex, and I was addicted to people. I had a very severe codependency addiction. So severe that I would just go from toxic relationship to toxic relationship to toxic. It was just that was one of the biggest things in my life. Was my relationships were just really unhealthy, and it was slowly killing me physically, mentally, spiritually. So with this work, in about 3 weeks, somewhere around 3 weeks, I was able to experience what we hear lots of stories, we hear lots of people sharing, and you can find this on the internet, you can find it in documentaries. These people having these spontaneous remissions, these radical remissions, these spontaneous healings. The disease is there and then it's gone. The illness is there and then it's gone. I was able to experience that. It took about a year and a half of me really struggling, of me really trying to get this to work, of me trying to figure this out. So it took a year and a half around there to experience what I experienced in about 3 weeks. So I started out just like you, not sure, probably wondering what the formula is. How do I do this? What am I missing? What's the secret? And I just really struggled in the beginning. And through really having my back against the wall, I had no other choice, me personally. I went to therapy. I didn't want to take medication. The medication they wanted to put me on was medication that you could not get off once you started it. It was for my heart, my cholesterol. And I didn't want to be on medication for the rest of my life in my 30s. That just didn't make sense to me. I did a lot of personal development, which is very interesting, and we're going to talk about this. So I did a lot of personal development. I read a lot of books. I went to the Tony Robbins retreat. I did all kinds of stuff, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, right? Like, what is wrong with me? Why is it that I'm doing everything that everybody says you should be doing? I'm doing the therapy. I'm going to Tony Robbins retreats. I'm reading all the books, doing the workshops, but why? Yeah, it might be a little better for a little bit. So I might have like a few good weeks or even a few good months, but always I would snap back to my past self way of being. And it got worse as I got older. So I slowly started declining, deteriorating in my health, in my physical, my mental, emotional. And I really just came to a crisis. I hit the crisis, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try something completely different. I'm going to just do something I've never done before. and I'm going to use my energy. At the time, I was listening to Abraham Hicks. I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza. I was listening to Eckhart Tolle. I was listening to Muji. I was listening to Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden. And yeah, it made sense. I'm going to use my energy. I'm going to use my way of being, my mind, my energy, my soul, the universe within me to have a spontaneous healing. I didn't even set that goal. I just wanted to get better. Honestly, I just wanted to feel better. I just wanted to get better. I just wanted to experience something other than hopelessness, despair, anxiousness. So I surrendered, I let go, and I went all in. I went all in on the energy work. I went all in on changing my subconscious programming, changing how I think subconsciously, changing my identity. I went all in on becoming more energy, less matter. I went all in on raising my frequency. I went all in on everything energy, becoming more energy, bending reality with energy, all in on who I was being in every moment. And when I really got this down, like I came up with a formula here, when I really got this formula down and became, I would say I became good at it. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best at it, but I became good enough to experience a mind-blowing miracle transformation that still blows my mind to this day. I look at my before photo and I'm like, is that real? Like, is that real? I look at my after photo. I'm like, these are two different people. These are two different individuals living in two different universes. And I experienced a quantum leap, a quantum jump. My body is the healthiest it's ever been. My asthma is cleared. I feel phenomenal. I have these muscles that are coming through and I'm getting stronger and stronger. I have no more crippling, severe back pain. My business, my purpose work, I started doing my purpose work. It's thriving. It's exploded. I'm having the time of my life doing it. I have a phenomenal relationship. I was able to get married. I was able to get married for the first time in my entire life. And it's to the person of my wildest dreams. I literally had a dream about this person. Now we're married. That's a whole nother story. So this works when you work it and when you show up with sincerity. You have to be sincere, right? So you can't just be doing it to check it off the list. It has to be sincere. You've got to stay consistent, persistent, and it's about a constant refinement, mastery, and evolution over a lifetime. If you can really nail that, which anybody can, it's just a practice. There's nothing that you can't heal. There's nothing that you can't transcend. There's nothing that you cannot imagine into existence with this work. And I believe that in every cell of my body. And I will teach that and share that till the day I depart this earth because I've lived it, I've experienced it, and I continue to experience it and see it and witness others do it as well. So type in the chat if you're excited. Type in the chat what you want to get out of this masterclass. What do you want to most get out of this masterclass? And tell us where you're from. Erin says, hi, everyone. Christy says, hello. Yes, Erin says, I'll definitely join. Thanks for the invite. Awesome. Yes, join the Facebook group. I would love to see you in there. So Susan is from Philadelphia. Hi. So Leah is in Connecticut. Yes, Leah. But Havani, she is here she can relate to my past self, here from Malaysia. Oh, Lisa from Bel Air. All right. Yes, I love Bel Air. We lived in Bel Air for a whole year. I love Bel Air. Austin, Texas. Benitha, the Netherlands. Marique, thank you for sharing. What do you want to get most out of this masterclass? What do you want to get most out of this masterclass? So Aaron says, I'm excited, looking forward to going beyond myself. I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. Ooh, love Mexico. Thank you for sharing. From this masterclass, I'm looking to feel a different relationship with my physical body and health. Lisa says, I want to release old me to create new me, heal myself. Yes, yes. So let's go ahead and just take a moment here to come into an alpha brainwave. So let's sit up nice and tall and let's straighten our spines. Bring your chin slightly down. So this masterclass, we're going to also be doing meditation in this masterclass. So we're going to start, once the workshop starts, once I start, I like to say that that's when the meditation has begun, is once I've started, once I've turned the Zoom on, that's when the meditation has begun. So sit up nice and tall, straighten your spine, chin slightly down, and I want you to inhale through the base of your spine. So we're going to go first energy center. So we're going to go through the first energy center, pulling through the second, through the third. So we're just going along the chakra system, along the back of the spine. You have 7 main chakras. We're going along these electrical circuits into the heart, through the throat, through the brain, out the top of the head. We're going to do 3 of those deep breaths through the first energy center, through the fourth, 6 out the top of the head. You can also rotate your eyeballs up 15 degrees, chin slightly down. Eyeballs up 15 degrees will put you in an alpha brainwave. Chin slightly down will put you in a parasympathetic nervous system. So whenever we are going through our Zooms together, or you're with me in community, I love to take everyone through the process in an alpha brainwave, because when we're in alpha, you're in a creative, resourceful, safe, secure state of being. And this is known as the genius brainwave, the genius brainwave. And you're present when you're in alpha. You're present. So when we're in alpha, the voice in the head, the past self, the chatter, the ego quiets down, and the front part of the brain dims down. And the ego, the voice in the head, the mind chatter, dissolves. And you're no longer thinking about the future. You're no longer thinking about the past. What's going to come next? How long is this going to be? I have to do this after that. I have to do that. And you call your energy back to you. So all your energy that was in the future or in the past is now being snapped back to the body, and you're able to, your body naturally, as a byproduct of being present, your body naturally returns back to its normal state of being. What's the body's normal state of being? What's normal for the body? What's the body's normal state of being? Type it in the chat without breaking your state. And I'm going to challenge you and stretch you today to see if you can maintain this breathing. See if you can stay connected to your breath. See if you can stay in an alpha brainwave as we're going through today's masterclass. See if you can stay in this genius brainwave. Peace, calm, relax, physical healing. Exactly. This is your normal, natural state. So your normal, natural state is healthy, is peace, is relaxed, is calm. Anything outside of that, doctors say it's normal, right? So they say it's normal to have anxiety, but it's actually not. It's not normal. You can maintain a little bit of anxiety. Yes, you can, but you cannot physically maintain long, extended periods of anxiety. Because what happens is when you're in anxiety, when you're in stress, when you're in overwhelm, the body starts pumping cortisol and adrenaline through the body. So the body pumps cortisol, it pumps adrenaline, and this cortisol and adrenaline floods the body and it dries in the muscles if it's not discharged, if it's not moved through the nervous system. So it dries and it stays in the body and it blocks the energy centers. So the energy centers become blocked and there's this incoherence in the body. And it's that incoherence in the energy centers that creates incoherence in the electrical messages of the centers. And now the organs are receiving these incoherent messages. So they're not functioning properly. They're not doing what they're supposed to do in a coherent, healthy, normal way. There's dis-ease, which is creating dis-ease in the body. So we're gonna play, we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna challenge you, I'm gonna stretch you. Let's see if we can stay in alpha as we go through our masterclass today. And remember, the meditation has already started. And we're going to do a special meditation at the end of today's session to tune in with that version of you that's already healed, that's thriving, that's energized, that's courageous, spontaneous, adventurous, abundant. So we're going to do a special meditation at the end of today's session to tune in with that version of you. And if you can hold the energy of that version of you, if you can hold it more than not, so if you can think like that version of self, if you can feel like that version of self, if you can act like that version of self, then it's only a matter of time before you start tuning in to that timeline that already exists in this now moment. So all timelines, anything you can imagine exists in this now moment. There is no past and there is no future. There is no past and there is no future. There's only the ever renewing infinite now. There's only the now. So if I want to experience the timeline that already exists, where my body is healed, my body is fit, I love the way my body feels, looks, I have all this energy, I have no more chronic pain, I have all this creative energy, my downloads are coming in, transmissions, I'm so excited, I'm moving, I'm grooving, I'm ready, like, let's go. If I want to experience that version of me who's already healed, who's already in the timeline of my heart's desire, then I don't have to go out there and work for it harder. I don't have to go read more books. I don't have to go to more workshops. I don't have to go to more therapy. I don't have to go to more retreats. All I have to do is become the match to that version of me that already exists in this now moment. And I've got to be that version of me more than not. And if I can be that version of me more than not, it makes sense that I would start experiencing that timeline. It makes sense that I would witness my body in that timeline, because if you observe this with me, you're witnessing your body in this now moment. You are not your body. You are not your body. You are not a mom, a dad. You are not your name. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not an accountant, a bookkeeper, a coach, a firefighter. You're witnessing. There's a part of you that's always witnessing, always watching you. So there's a part of there's something watching you right now in this moment. See if you can feel that. See if you can sense that. So I'm talking right now, and there's a part of me that's watching me talk. There's an awareness that's aware that I'm talking. There's an awareness that's aware that I'm breathing. There's an awareness that's aware of this Zoom, of this call. It's a silent watcher. It's a silent observer. That's who you are. That's who you are. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there. So when scientists go to look at the body and they look under the microscope and they look at the particles that make up the body at the subatomic level, they're seeing these particles come into existence and come out of existence. Come into existence and come out of existence. And it's happening so fast that it appears to be still. The body appears to be still. So the particles are moving in and out of space so fast that they appear to be still. Everything is moving so fast that it all appears to be still. We live in a holographic universe. Who is producing the hologram? Who's producing the hologram? Type it in the chat. How is the hologram being produced? Type it in the chat. My higher self. We are. Exactly. Exactly. So it's this silent watcher, observer that's producing the hologram. Me. Me. So this is why nothing changes until my level of consciousness changes. Because it looks like the problem is Andrea is binge eating. That's the problem. So the problem is, Andrea, you have a really bad food addiction, Andrea. That's why you're overweight, is because you have a food addiction, and it's your dad's fault. That's why. It's because your dad, and it's because of the food, and it's because you can't control yourself, and you just lose it, and you've got no stopping point. So it's everything out there. So it's the food, it's my dad, it's the way I grew up, it's all out there. That's the problem. And that's what society teaches. Society teaches, if you change, if you can just get more control over yourself. This is what society teaches. If you can just have more control over yourself, if you can just do more therapy, if you could just read more books, if you could just change, if you can go get in these different support groups, which is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. And yes, do it. But let's take it back to the root. And the root is, if there's not a shift in the level of consciousness. So if there's not a consciousness shift, if I don't raise my consciousness, then nothing out there is going to change. It doesn't matter how hard I try. It doesn't matter how much control I use. It doesn't matter how much manipulation I use. And I did it all. I did it all, and I tried so hard, and I controlled, and I manipulated, and I beat myself up, and I went to all these different things, and I tried everything, and that was awesome. We've got to get to the root of this, and the root is, and the truth is that it's just not going to change until your consciousness changes. That's the truth. And I wish somebody would have told me that 20 years ago. That would have, who knows where I would be right now. So I'm so grateful to bring this to you and to share this with you, because when you shift, when you raise your level of consciousness, when you shift your level of consciousness, your entire hologram will shift. That's it. That's it. It's so simple. And it's easy. It's so easy to get lost in working harder, controlling more, gaining more knowledge. Go get more knowledge. Go get another degree. Go get another degree. Go get another certificate. And now I'm not saying don't go do the things. Go do the things, but don't forget about the root. This is the root. I'm giving you the root. Nothing changes until your consciousness changes, period. Nothing changes until your conscious. What's creating the disease? What's creating the illness? What's creating the addiction? What's creating the incoherent reality? If it's all consciousness, if it's all energy, which it is, then what's creating it? If it's all consciousness, then it's consciousness that's creating it. So if everything is consciousness, if everything is conscious, which it is, it's consciousness that's creating it. So I get to take my power back. I get to take radical responsibility for my level of consciousness. So at the time, my level of consciousness was everything was happening to me. I was the victim. I was so disconnected from my emotions. I hadn't cried in over 30 years. A real cry. I hadn't had a real cry. I just learned how to cry a few years ago. I was completely disassociated from my body. My nervous system was completely locked, completely contracted. My first energy center was blocked. My second energy center was blocked. My heart was very blocked. My energy centers were blocked. I was very much more matter, less energy. My body was very dense. My body was very much more matter, less energy. And this is where the chronic disease, I had all these different strange chronic diseases, these strange health conditions at such a young age. Made no sense. So nothing really changes until you change the relationship with yourself. Nothing changes until you change the relationship with yourself. Because who are you? You're not your body. You're not your name. You're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. Who are you? What are you? Your consciousness. Exactly. Your consciousness. So when I change the relationship with consciousness, when I change the relation I have with consciousness, how I relate to consciousness, the consciousness I'm viewing the world from, I shift timelines because there is no future. There is no future. So the biggest lie we've been told is that we're linear beings living a linear life. Dr. Joe Dispenza, right? Dr. Joe Dispenza. So the biggest lie we've been told is that we're linear beings living a linear life. You're a multidimensional being living a multidimensional life. So if I want to experience that version of Andrea who's healthy, who's fit, who's in her purpose work, who's married and it's hot, it's passionate, it's sexy, like it's not just some codependent, toxic, I don't want to be alone relationship, which was what I did my whole life. Nothing wrong with it. It's not bad. It's not good. It was not serving me any longer. So I made a choice. I made a choice to heal. I made a choice to change the relationship with myself. I made a choice to raise my level of consciousness, raise the way I relate to myself, how I talk to myself, how I feel about myself, how I view, how I witness, how I view myself. How do I see myself? What do I believe about myself deep, deep, deep down inside? What does my subconscious mind have to say about me? What is my subconscious mind? What is my inner child? The inner child is the subconscious mind. The inner child, the subconscious mind is developed from age 0 to 7. You're in a delta or a delta brainwave, then a theta brainwave, 2 to 7. That is the hypnosis brainwave. And this is when the subconscious mind is developed. So what does my inner child have to say about me? What is my inner child? Is my inner child getting their needs met? Do I even, am I even aware of my inner child? Do I even know I have an inner child? Can I even feel my inner child? What does my inner child want? What is my inner child desiring? Is it safe? Does my inner child feel safe? Do they feel seen? Do they feel heard? Do they feel like they can trust me? Trust. Is there self-trust? Am I abandoning myself? These are all subconscious automatic programs that create ways of being and lower level consciousness that are not, they might be serving you. Everybody's on their own unique journey, but if they're not serving you, then we've got to do the work, dive in and transmute, reprogram, rewire this way of being so that there's a alignment in the conscious mind and the subconscious mind so that all aspects of self are going the same direction. So all aspects of self are going the same direction Because if the body, if the inner child, if the subconscious mind is on a completely different program than your conscious mind. So if I want to heal, if I want to lose over 40 pounds, if I want to heal my spine, if I want to lower my cholesterol consciously, but subconsciously, I'm just out of my body. I don't even realize I was so out of touch with my emotions. I didn't even know. I thought that I had some kind of blockage in my eyes because I couldn't cry. And I thought I had a block in my eyes. So I was just disassociated. I had left my body. I had left because you, consciousness, you are non-local. You're an energy. You're non-local. So you can live outside your body. You can live in the future, anxiety. You can live in the past, depression, regret. We can live wherever we want. You don't have to reside in our body as consciousness. So I wanted all these things. I had all these desires, and my body was literally fighting me. My body was literally going the opposite direction. So I would like start a new year. Okay, I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to do it this year. This is the year. I'm so excited. I'm doing all the workshops. I'm reading all the books. I'm going to all the things. And I would do it for a week or two or three or maybe even 2 months, 3 months. And then all of a sudden I would just like literally like a rubber band. I would fly all the way back to my past self, and I would just get worse. I would gain more weight. I would be more in anxiety. I would be more in fear. My codependency just got really, really severe at the very end there. And I hit the crisis. I finally hit the crisis where I had to just completely do things a whole new way. I had to approach this a whole new way, a way I've never tried before, a way I've never experienced. So all parts of us, all parts of you must be pointing in the same direction. So if you want to heal your body, release weight, heal a disease and illness, help others, then your subconscious mind, your inner child, must be going in the same direction as you. So what does that mean? That means that deep, 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 deep down inside, I must feel worthy. I must feel whole. I must feel connected. I must feel self-love. I must feel self-trust. I must feel courageous, confident, confident. Deep, deep, deep down inside, I'm talking about the inner child, talking about the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind must be in these beliefs, in these programs of your future self. Because if deep, deep, deep down inside, I don't feel worthy, or I don't trust myself, or I don't feel confident, or I don't feel lovable, or I'm abandoning myself, do you think I'm going to make it long at the gym? If deep, deep, deep down inside, that's how I really feel about myself, do you think I'm going to make it long at the gym, or show up for myself at the gym, or eat healthy, or want to eat healthy, or have a desire to eat healthy, or do these, have these behaviors, but deep, deep, deep down inside, there's a mismatch. There's a mismatch there. So I want the behaviors of my future self. I want the body of my future self. I want the healing of my future self. But deep, deep, deep down inside, my subconscious mind is on a completely different program. My inner child is on a completely different program. I'm not in my body. For me, I wasn't in my body. I wasn't connected with myself. I had all these repressed, suppressed, depressed emotions. My energy centers were blocked. So, because it's the body that's creating over 95% of your reality, because it's the body that's creating over 95% of your reality, because the body is the subconscious mind, nothing will change until the relationship with yourself changes. So your consciousness changes, however you want to say it, until we reprogram your subconscious mind, connect with your inner child, change the relationship with yourself, raise your level of consciousness. So how we do it? How do we do all that? Meditation. Meditation is how we slow your brain waves down. It's how we get you into alpha, which is creativity, resourcefulness, safety, security. The inner world becomes more real than the outer world in alpha. So you can hear it in alpha. You can hear what your needs are. You start to become aware of subconscious automatic programs in alpha. Oh wow, I didn't even know I was abandoning myself. I didn't even know I was saying that not nice thing to myself. Oh, I didn't even know I was not believing in myself. So these things become aware, you become aware of these ways of being that are no longer serving you, that have been running in the background of the subconscious mind the entire time. You have over 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Over 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And most of those thoughts are not positive. If you look at the average person has mainly more non-positive than positive thoughts. And there's a whole reason behind that. It's not good, it's not bad. Is it serving me? Is it serving me? Is it in alignment with my future self? Is it in alignment with what my heart is desiring? And if it's not, then it's my job, it's my responsibility to tune inward, do the work, and reprogram, rewire, raise my consciousness, shift my consciousness, change the relationship that I have with myself. And when I truly change the relationship that I have with myself, raise my consciousness, and I'm viewing the world, I'm witnessing the world from a higher frequency, everything is just frequency. Of course, I'm going to witness a higher frequency timeline, my body healing, the disease dissolving, the energy flooding every cell of my body, the creativity, the purpose to do my purpose work, to show up, to do what I'm called to do, to assist others in healing, to heal others, to help others. So let's go ahead and do meditation, and type in the chat if this is resonating at all, if this makes sense. Type it in the chat, and we're going to do our meditation. And in this meditation, Totally makes sense. Awesome. Totally. Yes. This resonates a lot. Totally resonate. Love it. Yes. Yes, it makes sense. There's a great quote by Yogananda. My favorite quote by Yogananda. Might be my favorite quote anywhere, ever. Yogananda says, I can show you that whatever you believe in intensely with your mind will instantly come to pass. That's what Yogananda says. I can show you that whatever you believe in with your mind intensely, what does that mean? It's in every, there's no question, right? You believe it. There's no question. It's in every cell of your body. Will instantly come to pass. Instantly. Boom. There it is. You do not need to wait to heal your body. You do not need to wait to heal your emotions, to heal your soul, to heal your life. You do not need to wait. If you can go all in, which you can, we can all do this. If you can surrender to the universe, a higher power, something greater than you, whatever you want to call it. If you can show up with sincerity, if you can show up with consistency, if you can show up with persistency, if you can show up refining and mastering the tools and practices and really falling in love with the journey, because the journey never ends. So once you heal, there's going to be another thing that you're going to desire. And then once you get that, there's going to be another thing that you desire. And then once you get that, there's going to be another thing that you desire, because this is about evolution and expansion over a lifetime. Evolution and expansion over a lifetime. So let's challenge ourselves. Let's stretch ourselves. Let's play here. Let's have fun. Let's fall in love with the actual work, the actual practices, tools, exercises. And just see if you can open your heart a little bit more in today's meditation. See if you can breathe a little bit deeper in today's meditation. See if you can use your imagination a little bit more in today's meditation. Your imagination is of a higher dimension, of a higher consciousness. Neville Goddard calls your imagination Christ, Jesus Christ. That's what Neville Goddard calls your imagination, Jesus Christ. You can call it the Buddha, you can call it the universe, the creative life source, whatever you want to call it. But can you use your imagination a little bit more today? Can you allow yourself to relax into a deeper level of gratitude, appreciation, joy, bliss, as if the wish was fulfilled on today's meditation? As if the wish was fulfilled on today's meditation. And if you believe it intensely enough, because it's truly in your subconscious mind, it's truly in your body, then weird things start to happen. Miracles, synchronicities, divine timing, things that don't make sense, things that will blow your mind start to happen. So sit up nice and tall and bring your chin slightly down. Just bring your eyeballs up 15 degrees. Take a deep inhale through the base of your spine. traveling along the back of the spine, going through each energy center, each chakra, going through the heart, through the brain, out the top of the head, exhaling, sinking deeper into surrender. See if you can lengthen your inhale, about a 7-second inhale, 7-second exhale. If you want to go longer, go longer. See if you can make your breath juicy, yummy, delicious. Savor your breath as you inhale through the base of the spine, through the heart, through the top of the head, right out the top of the seventh energy center. So the seventh center is our connection to the cosmos. This is where everything goes out and everything comes in through that seventh center. Exhaling, sinking deeper into the body on the exhale. Deep, long, slow inhales. Make the breath a little more yummy, a little more delicious, savory with each inhale, relaxing, letting go a little more on each exhale. Take your attention to your heart. Take a deep, long, slow inhale through your heart, through your throat, through your brain. Exhaling, sinking deeper into the body. Imagine that you sense and feel an aliveness, a warmth around your heart. With each inhale, I want you to breathe in this warmth, this aliveness, this energy through your heart, through your throat, through your brain. With each exhale, sinking deeper into this energy. With each inhale, amplify this aliveness, this warmth, this new energy through your heart, through your brain. Imagine this energy is amplifying with each inhale through your heart to your brain. Amplify the energy. Feel it, sense it. From this space, use your imagination. See your body healed, whole, energized. See your future self. As you inhale through your heart to your brain, the energy of your future self. Breathe it in through your heart to your brain. Use your imagination to witness that timeline. Feel it as you see it in your mind's eye. Fall in love with it as you see it, as you witness it in your mind's eye. Deep inhales through your heart to your brain. Fall in love with the vision. How do you talk? How do you walk? How do you move your body? What do you say to yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Deep inhales through your heart to your brain. Love, gratitude, bliss. Breathe it in through your heart to your brain. Imagine your future self. See it, feel it, become one with it. Without breaking your state, slowly, when you're ready, return back without breaking your state, without breaking your energy. When you're ready, return back. Stay in this energy. Hold this energy. If you can stay in it more than not, synchronicity, miracle, divine timing, divine alignment will show up. Pay attention. Watch and celebrate every single thing that shows up. Celebrate it. We are starting Healer. Healer is my experience, is a full-on experience of healing, reprogramming, rewiring the subconscious mind, the inner child, unblocking the energy centers, getting into altered states of consciousness to change your identity, change your self-concept, the relationship with yourself to the healed version of you so that you can heal yourself and heal others. It's one of my most popular programs. The pre-sale is open. It is 444 for the pre-sale. If you're a returning student, you get a special alumni rate. So message me with any questions, and we will also meet back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for day number 2 of Spontaneous Healing Masterclass and Meditation. Share what synchronicities show up, share what happens, what comes through, what's different in the Facebook group. Share, and also I'll see you on tomorrow's session and we'll share there as well. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing the work, and I'll see you soon. Bye.